Hey everyone, I'm going to talk to you today about a really critical concept when it comes to retirement planning, one that I think is often overlooked and underestimated. And that is the health span versus lifespan. Now, when it comes to these two things, I think we get them slightly mixed up. And I don't think we fully appreciate both of them and why a retirement plan needs to include both in order for you to live a happy, healthy, successful, and rebellious retirement. Let's think about this and what it means and define those terms. So let's draw an axis. And let's say this here is age. Let's say this is when we retire. And this is when we get older. I don't know the day that anyone I work with is going to pass away. And if we did, it would be a pretty simple maths equation for us to do in order to understand how much is enough and what you need and when you need to spend it. But ultimately, we're saying that our lifespan is how long we're going to be alive for. And that lifespan can go along like this. Key thing to think about here, though, is that our health span is very, very different to our lifespan. Early on in our retirement, we are healthier. That will naturally decline over time and as we get older. That is a critical thing to remember. Our health span will decline as we get older. And therefore, our needs and our wants about how we spend our time and our money will naturally evolve during our declining health span. Now, on average, the research in America, and it's very similar over here, suggests that at the end of our health span, when we've run out of health, there is on average about 12 years left of life. And that's a very important point that we need to make sure that our retirement plans take into consideration. At this point, we want money available to retain our dignity and independence, to be able to not rely on the state, to be able to take care of ourselves, to not rely on family and friends and all those things that we know. We want to make sure that there's enough money here. However, I think the biggest area that I see of retirement plans that are not really made for success are that they are obsessed about this number. They're obsessed about ensuring that there is enough money to last their life. And let me caveat that obsession of making sure that there is enough money to last their life means that they don't look at health span. People don't understand that fully appreciate, that declining health span. And what they're not focused on is ensuring they spend their money and their time on what's most important here, whilst they can, whilst everything's on their side to be able to do so, because they're focused up here. And by focusing up here, they leave money on the table. Now, the research suggests that our real-time spending in retirement falls by about 1% a year. And that is in line with a declining health span. What we spend our money on in our 80s and 90s is going to be very different, much more basic than what we will spend or should spend our money on in our late 50s, early 60s, going into our 70s. A retirement lifetime plan is about ensuring you never run out of money and taking care of the risks of longevity. A retirement health time plan is about ensuring you don't leave loads of money at the end of life by spending money and time on what's most important to you and taking care of regret risk. So there's two risks: longevity risk and regret risk. Focusing on lifetime planning is about longevity risk. Focusing on health time planning is about regret risk. Because the research out there again suggests that about 70 starting net wealth is still on the table of retirees at age 90. Let's say this is age 100, shall we? 70 of wealth that started here is still on the table. That suggests to me that people in retirement have a massive spending problem. They don't understand health span and lifespan like I think they should. their focus is slightly on the wrong things, although I appreciate the focus needs to be on both. I will have more videos going forward about spending and what it means, and we're going to break that down in much more detail. But my overarching comments here and my overarching planning ethos is we need to think about spending our money and our time on the people with the people that we love, on the things that we love doing, whilst time and health is on our side, knowing that the evidence is with us that our spending rates fall, that investments end up putting us in a point later life where we're full of regret risk. We haven't spent enough here and we can't spend it here. And then we leave this money on the table and we absolutely have regret risk. So your retirement really should be a time of life where you reap the rewards of your working years. And I think if you focus on extending your health span, then your lifespan can make all the difference. If you're healthy longer in your life, then you can do more things. That presents challenges around money and making sure that money is available to you to do those things. But even then, the things that we spend our money on in our 70s and 80s, even if we are healthy, is not going to be the things that we should absolutely focus spending our money on in our 50s and 60s. I hope you found this video really, really helpful. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content on living your best life in retirement. I will come back with more videos about spending and retirement planning going forward. So share your thoughts and strategies on anything around retirement planning, on anything around health span or lifespan. And until next time, take care. See you soon.